They won the Super Bowl in '99, and then the next year unveiled a new uniform.
Well, they're
that's because they want it's time to go sell some more.
Yeah, they're making
jersey.
money.
Hold on, we got Brian Westbrook throwback. Oh, that's a good-looking jersey right there.
There it is. That was a good game for me, by the way.
That.
You knew.
I love that game.
Do you know what you did in that game?
It was a good one. I don't know the exact stats.
3 touchdowns against the Detroit Lions.
That's right.
I feel like a lot of people had great games against the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I'm not really into the throwbacks though.
Really?
I'm not. Don't like the color schemes and everything. Nah, I'm an old-fashioned. That's what you told me.
Right, but that's. I love you, Chris. I'm old-fashioned. Therefore, I don't like the old jerseys.
No, those are old.
Oh, okay. Those are too retro for you.
Yes.
I got you. No
Back
problem.
to the New England Patriots.
You were supposed to be here because you're smart.
And their incredible
you're
run.
Unexpectable, my man.
How do you define an incredible run? Where the Pats are heading to their 3rd straight Super Bowl and their 4th in 5 years, as we like to say in sports. That is so good. A lot of that has to do with their edge preparing for the game. Tom Brady said they added 8 plays the morning of the AFC title game, and they used 4 or 5 of them in the game, all successfully, according to Tom. Brian, how impressive was the Pats' approach versus the Chiefs? Just that alone, them doing that on the morning of the game and having that whole offense implementing those plays is impressive.
I remember playing in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're putting in plays, you're practicing, you're running them so that you don't have to make those types of plays, changes the day of the game. So
you might make a couple adjustments
maybe
at
some
the
adjustments.
hotel.
Maybe.
But man, once the Friday hits,
no, you're
like
not.
we're locked in.
You're
now
locked
we might
in.
throw some stuff out. Like we call it, leave it on the floor.
Right. You're not going to run those plays. But, I mean, it's hard to add 8 plays and say, hey, we're going to run these plays, so you have to know them. But that also kind of tells you about Bill Belichick. He wants smart, disciplined players that are not going to make a lot of mistakes. In critical games, critical situations, like the AFC Championship games, you can add those 8 plays if you have those types of players and be successful with them. You saw that the proof is in the pudding. Bill Belichick continues to win. Tom Brady continues to win lead a team. And this football team is smart, disciplined, and they don't make a lot of mistakes.
This is mixing metaphors a bit. But one of the reasons a lot of teams are hesitant to run trick plays is all of a sudden, what do we see on trick plays a lot? Oh, there's an illegal guy downfield. Or, oh, they didn't get lined up right. This is one of the things that hurt the Saints when they tried to run these Taysom Hill plays, especially early in the year. A lot of illegal formations, even on successful throws. We saw that actually in their playoff game against the Eagles. They had a successful Taysom Hill play, but they weren't lined up right. The more variance you add, the more opportunities someone can screw something up. They're not on the line of scrimmage right. They don't stay. We've seen on the Pats, I'm almost certain it was the Patriots earlier in the year, where they had their guys just waiting on the double throw. Because remember, it was the far side of the field. I can't remember the exact game. You had 3 linemen just waiting to release, because if they release a second too soon, it's illegal man downfield. You have to have so much faith in the mental acuity of your players to be able to add something, I would imagine, day of, and then run it. And not add one, guys, there's one play we want to add. You add 8 plays.
Yeah. You run 5 of them.
And you run 5. I think this is, you obviously will know better than me. I don't want to say it's unprecedented, but I have to think it's incredibly rare to add that much the day of the game.
It is very rare. It is very difficult. It's not unprecedented because teams will make an adjustment. Brian mentioned the type of players that they do want. And a lot of times, how can you do something like that? It's because you're not changing the protection. So the biggest offensive unit, the offensive line, which is there's 5 of them, you keep them the same, or you have a protection that they're very familiar with. And you show the other guys, that being Gronk and other, you either show them video or you show them some type of clips of other teams doing it and or you doing it. So that's how you're able to do it. But one of the things that coaches, and I tell people all the time, it's not how much football I know. It's how much football can I communicate and I teach. Belichick, it's not how much he knows. It's how much can he teach. And in learning it, can I play fast? Because that's what the 8 plays did not do. It did not slow up the Patriots. It did not make them think, because that's what bringing in new information. That's why when you go to training camp, the practices are totally different. You can't practice at the same pace because you can't play fast without knowing the information. So the coaches were very, very comfortable that the team could still play fast, even adding this new information the morning of the game, Brian?
The thing that makes Bill Belichick the most comfortable is that you have a veteran quarterback that has played in this game a bunch of times compared to a rookie quarterback, a younger quarterback that hasn't played as much. You have Tom Brady underneath center. It's a different story. You can add as many plays as you want because you know you have that guy pulling the trigger. He's going to make the play right no matter what. When you have Tom Brady, and listen, Patrick Mahomes is a special talent in this league. Andy Reid wasn't adding 8 plays the morning of the AFC Championship game for a reason. There's a reason behind that. Tom Brady makes everything much better when you have him under center.
Why are you adding plays on Sunday morning if everything is set on Friday? You've watched all the film.
This is what I think. This is what I think happened. A lot of times you look at the injury report. A lot of times you might get to that city and you might get information based on that city. What I think happened was Eric Berry practiced 2 days in a row. They thought Eric Berry might be put more in the box on the running scheme. Let's go over a couple runs. If he's man-to-man on Gronk outside, let's put in a couple pass plays that we can adapt to, because I know one of the pass plays they went to was the slant after they had called the takeoff or the go route down the sideline that he caught in the fourth quarter, the slant that he caught in overtime. I know that was one of the new plays, so that's not hard to do. That's a very, very small adjustment because Gronk plays outside the numbers every game.
Yeah, these aren't always new plays to the team. These may just be plays that weren't initially in the game plan.
Yes, let's not misunderstand that. These aren't 8 new plays drawn up from nothing.
Okay.
This was just 8 things added that weren't currently on a sheet, but they had seen them before.
And the other reason I would imagine that this could happen as late as the day of the game is what have we heard from Coach Mangini, who's worked with Bill Belichick, worked in that building, is that they are equal opportunity as far as if you have a good idea, no matter what your title is, you will be listened to. So you've got however many people are on this Patriot coaching staff all week long pouring over all the video available to them. So there might have been a moment where Friday evening, they're like, oh my God, I've now seen this on 3 separate instances. The Kansas City Chiefs play this specific play this way. I know we can exploit it. They bring it to one of the coaches. They say, you know what? It's a really good point. We didn't have it in the game plan yet. Let's see if we can get it in there.
And players, the redundancy getting beyond that in a big game, because you will, it's just like reading a book. You'll read a chapter and you read it 2 or 3 times. I swear that 3rd time you'll pick up something different. You'll pick up a tip. You'll pick up a key. You'll pick up something. And Josh McDaniel felt like in that morning, and that's why I always say that the Belichick factor is more important than Brady. Tom Brady was getting his beauty sleep, all right? He was thinking about what he was going to eat. But the machine continues to turn to get him information that he can be successful. Yes, because Tom Brady was not brilliant before midway through that 4th quarter. Now, we know midway through that 4th quarter and into overtime, he was brilliant, but he's got tremendous, he's been assisted like no other player I've seen in NFL history as far as information, preparation, and that to me is the Patriot way.
All right, Brian, thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you soon.
Hey, talk to our travel staff. We'll see if we can fly you
back to Brooklyn.
Coming up, Chasing Gare.